Humanity didn't just lose paradise, we lost purpose. When Adam and Eve fell, they didn't just lose the garden, they lost their governing spirit. The fall didn't just affect our relationship with God, it affected our relationship with ourselves too. And ever since then, humanity has been trying to remember who we were created to be. God gave humanity dominion, stewardship, influence, management, and responsibility. But after the fall, fear replaced confidence, confusion replaced clarity, and the spirit of leadership was buried under insecurity, shame, and guilt. The tragedy of the fall isn't just about humanity sinning, but it's that humanity lost leadership, lost dominion. So what was lost during the fall? Before the fall, Adam wasn't struggling to find his place. He wasn't comparing himself to animals. He wasn't doubting his assignment. He had identity, authority, vision, confidence, and purpose. But once he fell, everything changed. Firstly, identity was replaced with insecurity. Adam went from walking boldly with God to hiding behind trees after he fell. He became much more fearful, no more confidence with God. So there was this insecurity that he was feeling. Another one is authority was replaced with fear. Man who was supposed to cultivate the earth began to run from responsibility. Fear began to cripple him. And thirdly, dominion was replaced with survival. The initial mandate was to replenish the earth. Instead of influencing the environment, it started reacting to it. Humanity didn't just lose the Garden of Eden, they lost the spirit of leadership. And when people lose that spirit of leadership, three things happen. They settle for survival. They stop leading and start to manage. They stop dreaming. They stop leading and start to hide. All to just survive. And that was not the mandate that was given to man in the first place. Another one is they choose comfort over calling. It is easier to fit in than to stand out. It is easier to stay quiet than to speak the truth. And this is a repercussion of losing that spirit of leadership. You just want to blend in without any responsibility whatsoever. Another thing that happens to people who lose the spirit of leadership is that they become followers of culture rather than leading with purpose. When the leadership spirit dies, people blend in, they shrink, they surrender their influence. Which is why so many people feel powerless today. Not because they lack gifts, but because they lost that spirit that activates them. God didn't design humans to be passive. He didn't create us to become victims of fear, anxiety, circumstances, and culture. He created us to lead ourselves, to lead our emotions, to lead our thoughts, to lead our decisions, to lead our atmosphere, to lead our purpose, and to lead our assignments. One thing that attacks the spirit of leadership in us is fear. And in previous episodes, I talked about fear and courage, how courage must overpower fear if you want to lead properly. Fear is not just an emotion, it attacks the spirit of leadership in you. When Paul was telling Timothy in 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7 that God has not given us the spirit of fear but of love, of power, and of a sound mind, I was trying to convey that power, love, and sound mind aren't just characteristics, they're ingredients for divine leadership. Power is spiritual confidence, love is spiritual compassion, and sound mind is spiritual clarity. I want you to ask yourself a serious question. Where have I allowed insecurity to make me act outside of purpose? Where have you shrunk back? Where have you surrendered your influence? Where have you let fear mute your voice? And where have you allowed the enemy to convince you that you are not enough? Maybe it's a business idea you're afraid to pursue. Maybe it's ministry that you feel unqualified to start. Maybe it's a conversation you're afraid to initiate. Or a level of discipline you've been avoiding. A calling you've been running from. Whatever insecurity may have silenced you, today, take your voice back. Whatever fear may have paralyzed you, today, rise up again. Whatever shame may have hidden you, today, take a step forward. You were not created to be timid. You were not created to be average. You were not created to be silent. And you were not created to be passive. You were created with a spirit of leadership, a spirit of power, love, vision, clarity, purpose, dominion. The fall may have damaged humanity's leadership spirit, but Jesus Christ came to restore it. Jesus didn't just save your soul. He restored your dominion, your identity, and your confidence. Today, I speak this over you. Your leadership is coming alive again. Your voice is returning, your authority is returning, and your courage is returning. Now go this week with your head up high, your spirit revived, and your purpose reawakened, because the leader in you is rising again.